Hey, folks, welcome to the Generational Gap. I am Robert, your resident Gen Xer. Right over there is John, your resident millennial. And right down there, of all people, look who it is. It's Ed. It's J. Edgar, the man with the plan. You might know him from, well, Ed, tell us, where might everyone know you from? Anybody that doesn't, which I doubt.
I think everybody will know me best at this point because I got a huge surge in popularity from the fact that I set up in front of my webcam for 24 hours last weekend.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Why
I
would you
think
do
that's a big
something?
part of the reason that we're here.
Why would you do something silly like that?
Well, because I thought that it would be a good way to raise money and awareness for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, a cause that's very near and dear to my heart, which we got ourselves up to 1887 was the last check. Which the donation
Nice.
link is still open too. So you guys can, if you guys want to throw a couple last minute dollars into that, absolutely go ahead and do that if you could.
Yeah. So
Hell
that
yeah.
sounds like you did pretty well, and well, I believe now, if I'm not mistaken, there was a writer attached to that. Something about hitting a
Hmm.
goal. What was it, John? Maybe you know.
Hey, wait,
Um,
I think I know which one you're talking
I
about.
think
Wasn't
at
it
one
if we hit?
point,
Hold on, John. Wasn't it if we
okay,
hit $500 that Steven was going to write a song and perform it on the air?
That
right, yeah,
that
Is
yeah,
that the one
yeah,
that
that
Robert's
was the
referring
one.
to?
That
Yeah, that was
is,
the one.
it's not actually quite the
That was a
one I
really
was
good song.
referring
Oh,
to, because that, while that was wonderful, it was a great song. There was another thing, and it's on the
I
tip
know
of
what
my
it is.
tongue. What is it,
I
John?
know what
I
it is.
think if we
At
hit 2,500
2500,
bucks, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I was
Then
going to cut my
every
hair.
right. So you guys still have time. I think what another 700 roughly.
Yeah, a little
No,
less. I think it's six and some change.
Yeah, yeah,
no,
roughly.
no,
No.
no. It's something. It has something to do. What do you call the woman that's a gay man's friend? And will stand say she's his girlfriend for the parents' sake.
A fag hag?
No, there's another word, something.
I
John,
probably shouldn't have said that on YouTube.
maybe
Probably
not.
not. On our channel of
Great,
all
thanks,
places.
Ed.
Thanks. Yeah,
you,
thanks.
you killed yet another show.
The views of Ed do not necessarily reflect the views of the generational gap.
Or anybody else, period. So,
Anybody else. As
uh,
always, we disavow everything we say. We disavow everything our guests say. We
right.
disavow everything everyone ever says.
We disavow.
That's
We,
right.
we are, welcome to the generational disavow. Oh, I see. We've got Quest Fanning, who showed up at
Oh yeah,
5:38. By the way,
yeah, you did.
just remember that. And I see Libertarian Redhead there. How you doing this evening? Hi. And then I
Hey.
see Midget B. I haven't seen you forever.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my God!
showed
I
up just
just
for the
want to
beard.
squeeze you like a little ducky. Um, I mean, he's here for the beard. That's the word
Yes,
I
that's
was
what it
looking
was.
for.
That's right.
John, wasn't there something to do with your beard after hitting a certain amount of money on Ed's
I think it
charity stream?
has to do with this thing right here
Oh,
as
and what
well.
is that, John? Don't
Oh
tell
yeah,
us.
this
It,
is gonna be what takes the beard off in just a few moments,
yeah, we
just
can.
minutes from now.
I figured we
Moments
would.
even.
I figured we would chat, have a little fireside chat. Hey, guess what? Another black person got killed, shot, and guess what they were doing when they got shot? They were running from the police. Um, I'm starting to see a trend here. It's
It may
it's
even be
almost
trendy.
it's almost as if there's a direct correlation between running from the police and getting shot by the police. Is anybody else
Yeah,
picking up on that?
yeah. Which of course, obviously, just running from the police is not punishable by death. So if
Yeah.
that's happening, there needs to be something else going on, like an immediate threat to immediately people around them, rather
Well,
than
well, I would say this. I mean, if somebody jumps into a vehicle, is that not considered a deadly weapon in the
I
hands of a criminal?
um, I mean, I don't totally disagree with that because yes, that's true, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that one's a tough one. Yeah, getting into a vehicle is a tough one, but
Right. And that's what happened on this one. They were serving a
right.
warrant, and I forget the kid's name. It's brand new, fresh in the news. It was in North Carolina, but yeah, that was the thing. It was like, hey, he jumps in a car and
Right.
flees the scene, but the cop unloaded, maybe shot quite a few times before he finally drove the car off. or ran the car up the road. And I'm like, but I mean, but you know, is it wrong to point that fact out that there seems to be a lot of people running away? And,
I mean, Afro Man wrote about it in one of his songs.
who did?
That's right.
Afro Man.
He did, yeah.
He wasn't going to run from the cops, but then he got high.
No, somebody.
He pulled right over and stopped, but then he got high.
Uh,
Now he's a paraplegic, and he knows why.
a,
Because he got high.
I guess a distant cousin of mine posted on Facebook something interesting and said, you know, when Chauvin was found guilty, he stood up and put his hands behind his back, to, peacefully, and was let out. He said, "Wouldn't the world be much different right now if George Floyd had done the same thing?" Is that bad? Is that bad to say? Are we too controversial?
I just said the F word, and not the one that's allowed to be used on your channel. So I think I took the controversial cake already.
Okay, good. See, that's important. Is if somebody else is to blame, it's all fine with me. No, but no, I we touched that on that a little bit on the last show. Some of the craziness that's going on around it, and unfortunately, it's just not leaving the news. Oh my gosh!
Well, isn't it convenient that the same day that they had one get closure, even though there's going to be an appeal up here, all of a sudden there's a little girl in I don't even know where the hell that was. Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. And now we get to talk about this again for another fucking year.
Right. And it's the girl with the knife. I mean, how do you respond to that? Right? Like they're saying it was a justified shooting. What was her name?
Well, that one was definitely justified for sure.
But they're saying it was
Without a doubt.
excessive. They're
Well,
saying
of
it was
course they're
excessive
saying
because she
course
only
they
had
are.
a knife.
Well,
Well,
she's
I mean,
only
it's
immediately
observation.
threatening the life of somebody.
She was actually stabbing at someone at the time
Yeah.
she got shot. I mean,
Yeah, that's
it's
completely
like,
uncontroversial.
right?
Well, I made an observation about this. I haven't really come public with it yet, but I noticed a pattern with all this because we saw, the Karen versus the male Karen in Central Park last year when this was all starting, and then the Ahmaud Arbery thing, where most people got outraged with the fact that they took vigilante justice. That one didn't sell, and we almost completely forgot about Ahmaud Arbery because, conservatives and liberals alike were all in agreement to the fact that this was probably a bad thing to do, especially since neither one of them were actually cops. And then we had St. George, and we got to do that for a year. And then we had Breonna Taylor, and we got to do that one for a year, where half of the country said this was justified, and the other half of the country said this was totally overuse of force.
And
now we're sitting here with another one where we're ignoring a few of these that pop by. I mean, the Dante Wright one, that one's going to fall by the wayside again because most people in the world agree the fact that, okay, this was not a justified thing, and Kim Potter turned herself in. And now we suddenly have the Micaiah Taylor one where half the country says this was justified and the other half of the country says this was excessive force. They only want to promote the ones that everybody gets divided over.
Well, it almost seems to me that they're playing a game of numbers. They're like finding every opportunity they can to report on another one of these incidents. And by creating a slew of these unjustified shootings, then we get to strengthen that narrative and push new narrative. They just they're putting through some anti-Asian legislation right now. Because it's got a specifically focus on Asians, making sure that they're protected from just
Protected
being
from going to Harvard.
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's the thing is, I don't know, John. I don't know. Shaving your beard might not be a good thing because you're going to show more of your white skin.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's true.
That's scary these days to a certain
Well,
extent.
not only that, but it's 100% true that any man without a beard might as well be a woman. So.
I disagree with that
Be kinda-
completely.
I know you do. Of course you would. But-
I can disagree with that completely.
You can
And I
disagree
was
all you
clean cut
want.
for a long time.
Hmm?
I said, and I was clean cut for a long time too.
Now you're not.
Well,
Suddenly you're more masculine. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying that these things are correlated. Maybe it's not causation, but there's definitely correlation. I don't know.
I don't know because the suit's pretty masculine, and what is it that Barney Stinson said at the beginning of How I Met Your Mother? I'm going to teach you how to live. First lesson: lose the beard. It doesn't go with your suit. Lesson 2: get a suit.
Yeah, well, also NPH, isn't he gay? So
Well, I have
I'm
to.
just saying, there's a little correlation here.
I have to say what I lack in beard, I make up for in other areas, if you know what I mean.
So like super long pubes.
Gray
Oh.
hair.
Oh,
It fetches the ladies. I'm just saying.
gotcha.
No matter what anybody tells you, it fetches the ladies. They like that distinguished look. Soon I'll be rocking the Johnny Carson, and it'll just be crazy from there. I'll even do what was the name of the wizard character he had played? Mind Reader. But anyway, so
Sure.
John,
Yeah.
I say that you should.
I say so.
I think that Ed and I could probably do a good play-by-play of you exercising your demon. Do you feel that you could do that now?
I feel like I can do it. Yeah. I feel like we can move on, get this fucking thing off my face. Yeah. That way the healing process can start.
Now,
That's what I'm waiting for. I need the healing process.
I'll tell you what we'll do. I will do this. We'll have a race between now and next week to see who grows back the most beard.
Okay.
And I'm going to cheat. I've already got a head start. I haven't
Let me see.
shaved. I haven't shaved in 2 days.
Well, that's not very fair.
For me,
But that's all right. That's all right. I'll still wreck you. Oh yeah, you got like nothing there. Dude.
right? That's 2 or 3
I'll be
days of not
I'll be
shaving.
halfway back to this in 2 or 3 days. What are you talking? Oh, okay.
So listen, it'll be fun to see. I won't shave between now and next Friday's show, and we'll see how far along I've come compared to you. It'll be fun.
All right.
So without further ado, John, I say you step up to the stage and show
Okay.
that face.
So what I'm gonna have to do, firstly, I'm gonna have to mute myself because no one wants to hear. While you guys
Apparently
are
they do because we keep turning on the money printer.
That's fair, yeah. But no one wants to hear it like in their face. So yeah, I'll mute myself, and then I'm gonna have to take the sunglasses off, unfortunately, because I have to get up here
Ooh.
at the where the sideburns are. So I want to get up there.
Now,
Then I'm gonna have to switch my earbuds so I can still hear, but like one at a time.
now, if you want to leave yourself some good sideburns, like some good,
No,
good,
that's not.
good.
That wasn't the deal.
Oh, I didn't know
Wasn't it?
Well, sideburns are sideburns. Sideburns are
No.
part of the hairstyle.
It's part of the beard.
A guy with long hair would have sideburns down to about mid lobe, I would say.
No,
You
that's
know,
not
with-
the deal.
So you could add it to the ponytail.
No. I'm taking the sideburns off too. It's all going down.
Sounds like Howard Stern with the burr.
Burr.
Use money printer to shave face. I love it.
That's funny.
All right, John. Why don't you do that? And Ed and I can continue on. We'll call the play-by-play.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's
You're
do
gonna
it.
you're gonna
All right.
start with clippers. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna clippers, and then I have the razor to finish off.
Oh, okay. You'll turn your sound back on with the razor, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Ed, are you excited? Are you as excited as I am? Do you want me to put John
I-
primary?
I think you should. I think that's an absolutely great idea.
Boom. There he is. Look at that. There's John in all his glory, getting ready to shave that face.
I'm more surprised to see the eyes at this point.
Well, he does. What? Oh, the eyes. Yeah. So here he goes. What do you think, Ed? What kind of clippers do those look like? Are those competition level clippers there?
I think they are. I think they definitely do need to be out there, and hopefully they can stand up to the pressure of taking off that much beard at once.
There's a lot of hair there, isn't there?
There is.
I almost feel like I'm watching 1970s porn. Oh, Johnny would like
Don't make
that.
him laugh too hard while he's got the blade next to his face.
That's nice. Look at this. Now, see, John, when he does start to turn gray, what do you think, Ed? Don't you think he should maybe play Santa Claus? He should do Santa Claus at the mall. Maybe even start dying. He can make money doing that. He's already fat, so he's got that going for him.
Eh, I don't know. Maybe. Do you really want him that close to kids, though, is the problem.
Oh no, definitely not. I'm pretty. I don't know. Does he have any anything that says
I,
maybe
I'm
he
thinking
shouldn't?
I'm thinking with a beard like that, if he starts to turn white, maybe go with the red crushed velvet G string with the white around it, and then do the office party Santa Claus instead
So
for an all ladies office.
he's making pretty good time. The trimmers are really getting bogged down in there. I don't know if they can actually make it through this whole thing. I don't know. Do you think he might have to stop and sharpen and or oil?
It's a possibility. I would actually be interested, especially with my mechanical background with this, if he did have the sound on and we could hear just how hard it's bogging down as he gets into some of this. I'm also thinking about how much better this would be if we had like the John Madden yellow pen.
Oh, it would be really nice if we were able to mark this up. As you can see now we're starting to see a little bit of skin there on the side. You'll notice he's going in for a little close cutting there. He's trying to get some face showing, to appease the crowd a little bit. I believe is what he's attempting to do there. I don't know, Ed. Do you think he's on track to beat the world record time for removing a beard of this magnitude?
I didn't know that there would be such a record, but if there is no such record, then he would be beating the record, wouldn't he?
There's a record for everything, no matter how obscure. It's kind of like what is it, Rule 43?
I think it's 34.
34,
The
Rule
internet.
34 of the internet, right. It's kind of like that. There's also a world record for everything, too. Go look on their website. You'll see some crazy stuff. And, but I don't know. I don't know that he's on pace to do that. If he does have to stop with the trimmer and do anything to it, he doesn't have a crew. He doesn't have a pit crew standing by to help with that. He's going to have to do the work himself. And I think that could really blow his chances.
Right, you are, Robert.
I mean, I don't know. He's see right under there the neck. That is the tough area. It looks like that's where it's really the thickest. They don't. A lot of guys don't get under there and trim the hedges behind what you can see on the front. If it's but you really should. I think it makes these things much easier when you have to do it. It's the difference between taking the gold and taking the silver and or bronze, in my opinion. How much you keep that neck trimmed. How's yours, Ed?
Well, I'm getting a little bit shaggy here, but I haven't been able to do anything with that over the past week. But I do understand what you're saying, and I do try to keep it to a point where it's manageable at least, lest I at least be called a neckbeard on the internet. I mean, hell, that's the most common insult you get at these points. Especially if you have libertarian leanings.
Well, interestingly enough, John seems to thrive on it. It drives him.
I have noticed that.
I would almost imagine that it is an incentive for his beard to grow faster. Just a psychological thing. As you can see, I mean, this has gotten pretty well out of hand. I don't know the last time he trimmed it. I'm sure getting ready for this event, he probably hasn't trimmed it in a while. He knew it was coming eventually. There's been attempts at this beard before. But no one, you managed to do it, Ed. You managed to do it with the help of a lot of people and made that happen. Now here we go. We're definitely, now I believe, Ed, if I'm not mistaken, we're starting to see the emergence of the fabled second chin. Is it possible that that's in there?
Well, we can determine at this point that we do not have the legend of Chuck Norris in here, and John does not indeed have a third fist underneath his beard. We can see it at this point.
Well, there was a lot of speculation on Twitter, etc., for this upcoming night, and but we knew that we would know for sure before the end of all this. I'm almost tempted to say, what if we just put a halt to the shaving at this point and left it at that? Would that be good enough? And
I do believe the player on the field is arguing with that.
if we could Look at him. Look now. See, you notice he's got some incentive to go trim faster. You notice how that's happening. Now, are you starting to see some of the Irish street urchin coming out as we get down to more 5 o'clock shadow levels here?
Well, you can definitely see the boxy face. That is definitely an indicator of Irish ancestry.
It is. It is. You can see it. You can also see it in the distended, jowls. The definite, you know, alcoholic shadowing around the eyes. All the classic Irish signs are there.
I would say that, especially with the length of hair that we're getting to, it would almost be advisable to let the hair go to white and throw a pompadour in and possibly get some of the Jay Leno sort of thing with that.
Quest says he can actually recognize facial expressions now, which is quite funny. Now, with the fact that he is looking like a henchman from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, or something akin to that, Snatch, perhaps. Which henchman is he? At what point in the movie does he die in the total 120 minutes there? What would you say,
Robert,
Ed?
my friend, I can't answer that because I have never seen a movie in my life, so therefore
Oh,
I have
Ed.
no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, Ed. Oh, Ed. What about TV? You've watched TV.
I do indeed watch TV, but not network because that shit is crap.
Look at this. John's almost looking respectable at this point. Peaky Blinders. Look at that. There's a whole lot of John coming out now, and I'm not sure that this was such a great idea, Ed. I'm not really.
Well, I've got to ask because from what I understand, you've been in his life for quite a bit longer than the rest of us have with his relation to your relation. So is this something you've ever seen before?
I don't believe I've ever seen without the beard, to be honest. This is a first for me as well, just like the rest of the viewing audience, to be honest with you. I've seen him shorter, much shorter, but there was always, just between you and me, Ed, he never touches the neck. He never touches the neck.
Well, with a neck like that and the amount of hair that grows out of there, why would you?
I have some speculation. I believe that there's maybe a bestiality fetish where he plays the dog and he likes to be scratched under the chin. So,
I mean, don't we all?
right. So, I don't know. Maybe I can't say that on YouTube, but I don't know for sure. I don't know that it's true. I'm just saying, you know. But yeah, look at that. Look at all that John coming out. That is some sexy. Well, okay, I'm overacting. Ed, what do you think? Is it everything you hoped it would be?
Oh, it's definitely a change here. Definitely something to look at. Maybe we're starting to move off from basement dwelling neckbeard into Angus Young territory, especially with the beret.
I want everyone to focus on just how far down the neck beard actually goes on this man. I mean, if you held a tape measure there might be a good, I don't know, good 8 inches of neck covered in beard there.
That's not 8 inches. It's only like 4, maybe.
Well, I was talking if you actually stretch the skin out, from, so it was straight.
I mean,
But
not that
anyway,
much.
no, it actually gives you a collar.
My cheeks are definitely fuller now.
Right now, it's making
John.
a nice collar.
John, sing to me. Tell me about ballroom dancing. Sing a song about that.
No. No.
So, John, now you've.
So we're at about the halfway point now. I'm gonna have to clean up, obviously. But by the way, for those wondering, the beard's right here. See it? Look at that. Look at all that beard.
Wow.
Not a pube to be seen.
No, it's all face pubes.
Good
Yeah.
God. You realize that's more hair than what I get cut off my head when I get my hair cut.
Listen, we can't all grow a manly beard like this, all right?
Mm-hmm. I can agree. I don't. And I certainly don't grow that much neck, and I always keep it shaved when I do grow anything out on my face. I just can't stand it. It
You
itches.
can't.
It's too much.
Ed, why? I get it. Yeah, this was not a good idea. You guys are gonna regret it more than I do because I don't have to look at myself most of the time. A couple times a day, maybe. You guys have to look at me far more.
Do you remember how to shave?
It's been a while. It's definitely
Right?
been a while.
I'm just like,
By the way, to answer the question of no, Robert has not seen me shaven all the way because I haven't been shaven down completely since I was like 22, maybe. So this would have been 2012.
Well, I didn't know how far
So,
back the
no.
relationship between you and Tenchi went. So
Not that far back, no.
I
okay.
don't. Yeah, I don't
That's
even,
actually just about when I met him. I think that's about when I met him. I didn't meet Robert until like way later, like a few, like
Well, didn't I
4
meet
or 5 years later.
Didn't I meet you at the very first apartment you guys had together?
Yeah,
One time.
yeah, but we were in there for like 4 years.
Right. I met you there one time, and then I met you at the other place that Tenchi and you shared. But I remember that one time, and no, there was a beard there too. So
It helps a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, it gives you a little bit of a Cartman look, especially with the
Oh,
glasses on.
fuck off.
I'm just saying, I said a little bit, because you have a round face. I mean, what? We're gonna argue that you
Yeah.
don't have a round face. So are you
I
gonna
do.
shave it on the show as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna shave everything.
Are you letting your skin relax a little bit before you go attack
Well,
it
kind
with
of,
blades?
taking a moment to talk to you guys because you guys were, I went through a lot of work just a minute ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of slow like pulling coming through.
What brand of clippers were you using? Are those Walls?
Conair.
What? They make blow dryers,
Conair.
sir.
Oh, they make clippers too. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm sorry, they make blow dryers. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Isn't it funny how you begin to associate a company with a certain product?
Yeah.
To where it's like, why are they making that? Why are they making that?
All right. So. Oh, by the way, guys, we have 10 people watching us, and we only have 3 likes. Like, that's not very cool. I mean, do you
Whoa.
see what I'm going through up here? And you guys can't, like, throw a couple likes our way? Come on.
Well, maybe it's an indication of how they feel about your face.
I suppose. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it at the moment either, so I get it. I would not be hitting the like button.
Ed,
It's not good.
I got it already.
I've seen you. I've seen you shaved completely. Does now see? Would it bother you to go back to clean shaven?
I do every time I go to a black tie event anyway. So I mean, it's not as big of a deal as somebody who's been working on that for what 9 years now. Would that be?
Well, no, he's
Yeah.
he's trimmed
I mean, I've
it.
trimmed it, but
He's
I've
trimmed
never
it in
been-
that time.
yeah.
So,
Not,
I mean,
I've never trimmed it this low either. Never trimmed it this low.
actually though, like where it was now, you just recently trimmed it not too long ago, and it's pushed out back to
Right, but
almost pre-trim levels.
I didn't go all the way down.
No. But enough that I can tell a difference when you trim it and you haven't trimmed it.
Oh well, yeah, of course, yeah.
You stroke it a lot more once it's longer.
Well, of
Yeah, you're
course.
gonna be stumbling around that for a little while too.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be like,
But I can tell you this, Ed, and I can tell you folks at home watching this, John's hating life right now. I can
Yeah,
see
not a
it
fan.
in his face how much he's hating life right now.
True.
This is
Honestly, I just at this level too. I actually think it doesn't look that bad.
Ed,
As much as he's tried to hide it, I was expecting a lot different. But
No, I mean, I'm not like disfigured or anything. I'm just kind of like fat, so I like to have the beard, offset
Yeah.
it a little bit.
yeah, no, it's it's definitely something I can see in your face. I can appreciate that. It's
Oh,
Like-
Quest, no, not happening.
no,
what's under the hat.
Not happening. This isn't what we're here for, right?
Damn you, man! Is it never enough?
Actually,
I know, you can't be satiated.
I'm a little surprised that you haven't been willing to do that because the first time you were on my show, you actually did go hatless.
That makes sense. Well, yeah, if you want to see what's under the hat, our first couple of live streams that we've done, so if you go way back, like 2 years ago, first couple live streams, I was not wearing a hat. So, Yeah, if anyone wants to know what that looks like, you can go look there, or you can go, like Ed said, first time I was on his show, which I think was around the same time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because you guys were just getting started at the time too.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let me I'll get started on this guy.
Nice. Back to the forefront you go.
I feel like doing a revival of MXC after doing all that commentating like that.
That's Ed. That's in the front. Okay, there. Yeah.
I'm working on it.
We'll work harder.
He's trying.
You know what? It didn't do that on my screen, so you can kiss my butt. Oh, nice. Look at that. So, John, what shaving cream are we using for this event?
I'm using Edge. It's called Edge for sensitive skin. It's not my.
Is it the one that? Is it the one that came in the kit that you got after you got out of high school, like the rest of us got?
Right, pretty
Is it
much.
the same can?
No. 'Cause I did have to. I did when I was in military school. I had to shave like every day because of how
Yeah.
quickly my stuff grows. I had to shave every single day.
Sometimes twice.
Yeah, right. Sometimes twice.
Were you getting a lot of razor burn on your neck?
Not. I wasn't. But I do now, and I think it's because of how like I haven't been like I'm not used to it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely. Yeah, you should have probably moisturized for a little while.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know how I can how I could have done that. Well, on the air, sitting here, without getting up. So I was like, fuck it, it'll be fine.
You know, it'll be all right. You'll be okay. You'll cry
Should
a
be
little.
all right.
You'll cry a little.
Probably.
I hope you're using a fresh razor, not using the same one you used last time you actually shaved. That
Pretty
would
fresh.
suck. I have a real problem with my razors. Like I shave in the shower, but I drop them a lot. And
I thought it was just the soap that you dropped.
no, there's nobody else in the shower. Why bother dropping the soap? Come on, Ed.
Yeah, Ed.
I mean, at that point, it's just pointless to pick it up. So you might as well just, use a
Well,
loofah.
who also uses bar soap anymore?
Actually,
People in prison.
still do. Just
Oh,
FYI,
yeah.
surprisingly enough, bar soap used in conjunction with a loofah lathers up better than most of the body washes out there that you would use with a loofah. So, my wife and I still use bar soap as well. But that's
you sound
because
like.
that's because we're smart.
Old.
Once we get moved, which is getting ready to happen, we've got ourselves a piece of property we're very excited about. We're going to lock that down the next week or so. We've got the house, so like everything's switched on, good to go. We're getting green lights. I made a great deal on the land. Talked them down $5,000 right at the end of the finding out all the finals on the land, and so I'm excited
yeah.
about that. Dude, saving $5,000 is nuts. Is just fantastic at this point. It's like nice.
Absolutely is, and you should be proud of that.
I am extremely happy about that. It's not as much land as we'd like to have, but hopefully we can buy up some of the surrounding land in the coming years. Particularly the 10 acres right next door to us that's available. We might have to be able to jump on that. That'll put us at a nice chunk of property. We'll invite some friends. Come on up, help us homestead it. What do you think, Ed? You want to come down and live in Florida for a while?
I can't
some
think of
farming.
anything I would want less.
Thanks, Quest. Thanks, Libertarian Redhead. I appreciate that. Yeah,
What's
it's
going on over here?
we are.
I can't do it. I can't do a state that has no seasons.
It has
Needs
two
some snow.
seasons.
We do have seasons.
We have two of them, in fact.
We do. Yeah.
We have hot
Well,
as fuck
I
and
mean-
not quite as hot.
Well, actually, we do have 4 seasons, Ed. We have spring, we have summer, we have still some more summer, and then we have almost spring.
Yeah, Elaine's actually got it right in the chat, and that was what I noticed. Because when I was down there, even in June, it wasn't really that bad temperature-wise. I wouldn't, even from my Wisconsin blood, it wasn't that bad temperature-wise. But man, it was like swimming through the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is coming from somebody who used to live lakefront.
Well, and that's something that you get used to after a while. Surprisingly enough, I mean, it's been 30. I'm going on 30 years that I've been down here. I think 27 maybe actually. But the cold
It's
is
close enough to 30. I think you can.
the cold
you're
is
saying 30.
right. The cold is impacting me now more than like when it gets down to 40 or 50 here. That's it. It feels pretty darn cold, even though I've lived in colder climates and dealt with much worse. But yeah, it does do that eventually. But the upside is, man, you can grow food almost year round.
Yeah, which I mean, I can do that too, but that's cost me almost $100 in various lights and
Right.
other equipment that I have.
You need that greenhouse something.
And I'm sure that my neighbors all think that I'm holding something illicit too, which I'm
Right.
not, regretfully. That
Uh,
pesky CDL.
Libertarian Redhead says she never got used to the humidity. I don't know if you lived here long enough to do that. I didn't say it was a quick thing, but you know,
Yeah, it's not going to happen in a week for sure.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing of it, because I don't think, even in June, I don't think it ever crested 75 while I was down there.
Well,
But it's just,
it did.
ugh. You were
It was
there.
definitely. It was definitely like. No, it was hot. It was probably in the mid 90s. It was definitely
Was
not
it?
more than. Yeah, it was definitely. Oh, in July,
what it was in
It was June.
June.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you were coming
June.
you were coming down here in mid to late 80-degree weather. Yeah. So, but you know the thing is you know that's the other thing. Like 80 degrees here, I've gotten to where that is a comfortable temperature for me, indoors. You know, I find that cool and relaxing comparatively in the summer. So that's where I usually get temperature. So many people keep it down in the 60s in their house, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why do you
And
want
see,
to?
that's one of the things for me too, is, I mean, during the summer, up here even, I suffer during the summer once it gets to 75, 80, 90, sometimes 100-degree days up here. But when it comes down to the dead of January where it's 40 below, everybody else is bundled up in the biggest jacket that they have, and I'm sitting out here in a sweatshirt. It's like, what?
See, growing up in Oklahoma during the summer, you could get pretty close to 100+ degrees. But
Yeah.
there's a very real thing when they talk about a dry heat versus a humid heat, right? You know, it was a dry heat in Oklahoma, so you know it didn't bother me to be running around in 100-degree weather out there because you really didn't have a choice. You had to work the field, right? You had to get the plants taken care of, right? So you know it was crazy, and so now you know here I've finally gotten to where the humidity is not horrible. I do sneeze a lot more in the spring because of the
Oh,
pollen,
pollen is horrible.
Yeah.
but you can do that a lot, you know, during the fall too, because there are things that are flowering and doing shit in the fall too. You get like 2 spring pushes of pollen, you know, in the year. That's a little annoying, but
I'm a
It's
little
taking me a
afraid of what
long
my
time.
allergies are going to do this year because they were really, really good last year. Like, I barely had any allergy days last year, but
well,
I never get that 2 years in a row.
I'll
I
tell
can
you,
tell you that.
I'll tell you the solution for that. Depending on where you live, of course, if you're able to do it, is to have a bee box. You buy yourself a small beehive, and they make honey that you eat on the reg because they're going around in the local area getting pollen from the local flora and fauna. And when you eat the honey, it helps you build your immunity to those allergens.
Interesting.
Yep. It's a big thing down here in Florida. They're always big on selling local honey because with so much pollen production in the state throughout the year, wherever you go, you want to get your hands on some local honey and start defending yourself from those allergens.
Well, that is interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah,
And I've
so
had seasonal allergies for 36 years.
that's one of the plans that we have to that we're making for the land that we get. We're gonna get some bee boxes and run those because my wife plants so much stuff. You've seen the yard, right?
I have. I was
so
very impressed.
we're gonna do something akin to that on 2+ acres of land, along with food crops, et cetera, et cetera. So there's going to be plenty of work for the bees to do. And so we'll have honey. And the funny thing is, it's great. Like here in Florida, agriculturally, they're like on your land you can set on if it's zoned agricultural, you can set up a stand at the end of your property, and you can sell stuff that you grow and make on your property from a little stand by the road.
That seems
That's
like that'd be a
awesome.
big thing in Florida.
And no permit, right? Because I mean, yeah, you see that kind of stuff all
It's
the time.
it's part of the zoning regulations that it's allowances for the zone.
for agriculture.
You're right. As long as it's stuff that you make and produce there on your property, you can sell it at your little in a little stand, and you have to build a little stand, some sort of structure to sell from. But yeah,
Right.
you're free to do that. They have dimensions. You could actually make a little walk-in stand with shelves and shit, whatever you want. But I'm like, oh, that's great because my wife loves to sell plants that she's grown. Not to mention, she'll make soap, salves, things like this off of everything. She'll make stuff that you can put on like a freshly shaven face that hasn't been shaved in 10 years.
What, aloe? Aloe vera?
Well, aloe base, but she's got, she's got lots of other things to draw from
Yeah.
that do similar, or specific things. Quest says he likes taking a steam shower, but likes to be able to leave it too. 78 degrees Fahrenheit with between 30 to 60% humidity is ideal. A bit cooler as you sleep. Yeah. I mean, that, and to be honest with you, through much of the year, we are hitting somewhere between 50 and 60% humidity. But when you start to get into the summer, when that's our rainy season and the beginning of hurricane season, man, then we're dealing with 70, 80, 90% humidity in the air. Literally, it's like, we'll hit near 100% humidity, yet it's not raining. It's like water droplets should just be forming in front of your face constantly. Right? Well, looky there. Look at all of that going on. Look, there's a lot of John coming out. Oh, he's so cute and adorable. Was it, John, I think you're going to look, I don't know, 12 years younger.
God, I hope not.
No? You want to look old? Trust me, it's not always all it's cracked up to be.
What was
As long as
funny
I'm old
about
enough, I don't get carded
ahead.
anymore when I go out, so that's nice.
Oh, that's over.
Well,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
if it weren't for the fact that they're not actually teaching proper manner and etiquettes these days, you would get to experience your first time being called sir. Thank you, sir. What?
It was really interesting because when I first had long hair the first time, I actually usually generally looked about 10 years older than I was because I was 21, 22 at the time, and most people confused me for 31, 32. And then I cut my hair and I somehow perpetually stayed 24 for like the next 7 years.
I can't
And then
really
then it
tell.
started hitting me
I
like a
think I saw
brick
something
again,
here.
but
It's hard to tell what it looks like from here. My camera quality isn't quite good enough.
Turn to your left.
Talking about this
yeah,
one?
you got a little bit on the one side.
Yeah,
so you
so
gotta clean up.
Got some over here.
this side is a little
Yeah.
still a little
Different.
thick there. Yeah, you missed some there.
Yeah. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it.
But there are areas you can tell, like even shaving, you can't really get rid of the telltale signs of the. It's probably growing as he's shaving.
Right. That's the thing is that's a battle. I got to no, stop. It's like whack-a-mole but with hairs.
See, for guys like him, they need to make like a little Roomba electric shaver that he can just strap on his face and it'll just swing around, grooming it constantly. There's an idea.
Very good.
Like if
It's a
you could
great
just,
idea.
especially in this time of mask, if you could just put on a mask that would shave you while you wore it,
Shave you and protect you from coronavirus.
right
Same
at the
time.
same time.
And it has a little
Well,
vaccine
first they
in
would
it.
have to come up with a mask that'll protect you from coronavirus.
Well,
Well,
that's
you
what
know
this one
what?
will do. Yeah, it'll be
Here-
the first one.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing to do is you set it up to where the stubble, the shavings that come off, the clipped hair goes straight back into a pocket that actually lets the hair act as a filter for the mask, and then you're self-filtering. It would like think about John's
It's
beard.
organic too.
Think about all that hair.
Farm to table.
He would have a filter in 2 days that would stop any virus.
Any virus. It's quite the claim.
Even the
I
HIV?
just fear this life that I'm now living.
Yeah, but you look so special. And
Yeah.
isn't that what's important?
It's not an all the time thing either, but you did it for a special occasion, so
Yeah. See.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing it again. So I hope you guys enjoy. There's no way in hell I'm doing this again. Of course, I say that now. Who knows what will happen in the future? But how I'm feeling right now, I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. Don't want to do it. Look at this.
Yeah, but it'll be back quick.
I know.
You know.
That's the only thing that's it's getting me through this experience. The fact that my shit grows really fast. Like really fast. Like by the time Friday comes, you're gonna be really surprised. I promise.
Wow. See, it must be nice to still have the elasticity to your skin that you don't really have to pull it and tighten it as you're shaving. Like I'm constantly having to pull mine down and forward and make sure and get it tight.
My skin's been very protected for the past 10 years or so.
Well, you know,
Really?
you've lived a sheltered life most of the time, so
I don't know about that.
you know. We know, John. We know. That is lovely. Look at that. Let's hear it for John's face.
That's right. Look
Absolutely.
at that thing.
And then let's
It only took how long? Like,
and then let's hope that it actually does grow back very quickly.
oh, it's yeah.
Because, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it now.
I made the right choice.
I
to have
love
a
you,
big beard.
John. The beard is a good thing to have.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I fill in the gap. It'll be back in the way it was.
By at least by next Friday.
So
It'll. You guys remember what was it, the Santa Claus, when Tim Allen tried to shave and do everything, and then it just kind of back.
That's what I'm hoping
That's what
for.
John's gonna do.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'll wake up tomorrow and it's just back to normal. And I'm like, oh shit. Oh, dogs.
they don't recognize you. Oh shit, John's gonna be in for it now.
That's right.
Seaball says, "Guy without a beard, John kind of looks like me." Maybe you two
I
are
could see
long
that.
lost brothers. Have you talked to your dad about his wilder days?
You're right. I think I still have some like a tiny little thing right here.
Now I've seen Seawall's face. I wonder, would Seawall
Yeah.
have? I don't know that Seawall would put out much beard. Would he? Does he look
Ooh,
like
are you
he?
challenging his manliness?
He doesn't. I don't know. He has one of those faces that I wouldn't expect to have like a heavy beard growth like yours. I don't know. Seawall, you'd have to confirm like how
Yeah,
how
confirm.
prevalent your beard growth is, but because it would be
Well,
fun
I
to
guess-
see. It would it would be fun to see Seawall grow a beard. Although he wouldn't broadcast it on the air because he must remain anonymous, being the liaison to all the
But
alien
we
races.
can look at it. We can look at it.
Yeah, this is.
Well, that's
Go ahead, Ed.
that's the question I have on this. Is John, do you have an airsoft mask, like a full base airsoft mask?
I don't have one, no. I
See-
could wear like a COVID mask, the whatever medical mask from here on out. Just do that.
So Seawall says he trims down to 5 o'clock shadow once a week, but that doesn't. I'm not sure how much he's trimming, or if it's just a trim that's needed. Yeah, why did you? Who brought dogs along? Who brings dogs to a shaving fight? I mean,
They
seriously.
were already in here. I wasn't gonna kick them out. Anyway,
Quest says, Robert, this was for suicide prevention. Oh, God. So, Ed, was it worth it? I think that's the important question in all of this. Was it worth it to get to see John in this new glory of his? Was it all worth it?
I mean, I'm absolutely pumped by this point just by the fact that it all happened and it all went the way that it did to begin with. I feel fantastic right now, and I have for the entire week. I feel like one of those times where you can't get me down. I've got a soul boner.
Douchebag wearing these glasses now. I feel like I don't deserve the sunglasses anymore.
Dude, I just need you in your best Cartman voice with those glasses to say, respect my authority. Please?
Respect my authority.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was perfect.
Hey, you guys keep making fun of me. You did me already.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Yes, I'm going home.
There it is.
Watch
Nice.
come Monday, I'll have the stocking hat
Russian
with a little
judges.
ball on the top.
Russian judges give a 3.5 out of 10 on the beard. Japanese judge says, "Notice me, senpai." Out of 10. Quest says, "Obviously, this is why I donated." There it
I hope
is.
so.
That is some beautiful stuff going on right there. This is a first for everyone. So, mark this on your calendars. This is a day to be remembered.
Quite.
This is true libertarianism revealed. The face of libertarianism. What's under the mask?
That's right. So this is the danger right here. This is what the ATF is afraid of.
Okay, I do have to ask this before we wrap this up for the night. Did you talk about this with your significant other before doing
I
it?
did. She was not happy. She's actually watching right now. At least she was in the beginning. She's not happy about it. That's why I actually had to wait until today, so I could see her again before it went away. So she wanted a little bit more time with it. So yeah.
Has she
fan.
vowed not to see you fully shaved until it's grown back to a respectable length?
She hasn't vowed, but I'm not going to allow it to happen.
So you're gonna
She
stay.
doesn't need
You're
to see
gonna
me like this.
you're gonna stay away from her.
She doesn't need to see me like this.
Well, I mean, if she's watching the show, hasn't
I
she
know.
already?
Yeah, obviously.
But in your defense, you can tell her the camera adds 10 inches to the hair. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you can go with that defense if you want. It looked
Fair.
like a longer beard. It's more impressive than what she's actually got in her hands. Besides, this will be brand new, fresh hair. It'll be soft and luxurious for a while. Oh, it's gonna be some nice stuff. And if you do it right, I think you should work on a competitive sculpting beard.
Oh yeah, like that one dude who built a cage, like a bird
Right.
cage around his head, and he had a little opening door and
Right.
everything. That was awesome, like an actual functioning door in his beard.
I'm willing
Insane.
to bet that there are herbs out there or plants that you could rub stuff on your face and make your beard grow faster. I'm just saying, it's got to be out there. If you want, I'll check with my wife. I'm sure she'll come up with something.
Sure.
I mean,
That'd be
it
awesome.
may only be halfway evil too.
Hey,
Hey,
Yeah.
you can never tell. So we are gonna, now that we've got this, and just in case anybody wants to see it one more time, we will. Here it is for everyone, right there, in your face, folks. It's in your face. Everything you always wanted. This is $1,250 worth and 24 hours of Ed's time. Actually, 1,800 plus, but the first 1,250. This is what that gets you. I hope you're happy. I hope you're pleased with yourselves. People like you, Quest, made this happen. I just want you to know that you've wrought this upon everyone. So
It was for a good cause.
for a great cause. I don't regret it. I'm just not happy about it right now. Yeah.
Well, it was lots of fun. Ed, we're going to wrap it up a little early tonight. I got so much stuff going on right now. I got to go paint part of the house tonight. You know, I know, it's a weird thing, but, it's what you got to do. It's all about timing. But Ed, these folks out there can find you somewhere. They can talk to you, see you, enjoy what you bring to the world in 24 hours time. Where can they do that?
Well, you can come over and join me on the YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/jedgar101. You can go check me out over there. I start streaming. Well, I'm actually, announcement for there, I'm going to try and move myself back to the 7 a.m. start time that I used to have before daylight savings fucked me up and I started sleeping in. But you can come back at 7 a.m. Central Time and go check out Contemporary every weekday morning. News headlines, and out the door, so you can get your news, your morning coffee, and head to work. That's the way I build it, and that's what it's always been. So absolutely come on in and join for that. Otherwise, you can find me Monday nights at 5:30 Central Time with my wonderful co-host who has been in the chat and appalled with me at a couple different occasions on this particular stream. That is the Libertarian Redhead over on the Red Ned Show, 5:30 Central Time, Monday nights for a couple hours where we sit back and discuss the big news stories of the week. Or tomorrow I'm actually doing an Ed Talk where we can sit down and I can see what the live chat thinks about the Chauvin thing, the Micaiah Bryant thing, and just all the other stuff that we've been seeing over the past few weeks. So I'm having some audience time this weekend because it's been way too long since I've done it. So you can check me out over there, or you can check out and pardon our dust over at the upcoming, soon to be brand new freedomscoop.com as well. Go over there and check that out, bookmark that. And once we're open back up, we hope to have a payment processor specific so you can go and support your great creator, your favorite creators directly, or you can buy swag or come and check out The Generational Gap, The Daily Ignoramus, The Breakdown with Birkenhoff, The Outright Conservative, and The Freckles and Brit Show. Come on over there, check all that out.
See, now there's a mouthful.
That's what she said.
Yeah, you always got to check out Ed. It's a lot of fun. Fun to be had by all.
He's
John,
all right.
John.
He's one of the one. He's responsible for this though. So
Right.
I'm not sure I'm a fan of him right now, but otherwise, go check him out.
No, it was those bastards of charitable people out there. I mean, they were horrible people.
Wait, I thought libertarians were supposed to be selfish. You damn motherfuckers. God. All right.
I think you
Supposed to be
misunderstand
selfish,
it.
what the hell?
I think you're misunderstanding it or something.
I guess so.
So anyway, John, can you also let these folks know where they can find us, please?
Yes, we have our Twitter, which is at the Legend Gap P. We have our Discord server, which is a lot of fun. Cool people are in there. Go and check that out. And then we have Gilded. I'm not sure. I don't remember if Ed mentioned Gilded or not, but we have that, which has a bunch of Freedom Scoop guys in there. So go and check that out if you like that. And we also have Subscribestar. So if you want to contribute to the Beard John Fund, then you can do that there. And there's tiers that you can pick from, and you'll get some special perk depending on which one you pick. So make sure you check those out, see which ones you like, and choose accordingly. We'd really appreciate that.
So there we go. There you have it, folks. John needs a beard.
I need a beard.
I think
badly.
everyone understands what
Agrees.
that means. I don't think I have to go into great detail what that means. So, but thanks for joining us tonight. Sorry we're cutting a little bit short tonight, but there's really nothing newsworthy happening at all
Right.
in this country
Nothing at all, of course.
to talk about. I
Yeah.
mean, there's really
Every day.
there's nothing.
Yeah, no, I didn't just do a 2-hour Contemporary this morning.
Right.
There's absolutely nothing happening in the world worth talking about when it's compared to John shaving his beard. I'm just
True.
saying.
This is the number one news item of the day, right here.
I mean,
Ron Helton just came in right at the end, and
Yeah, he did.
he
Right.
didn't get to see the process.
He said
Right.
he's gonna go watch it back, which will be awesome.
right?
Yeah.
Beard lives matter, folks. Beard lives
They do.
matter.
Look at the horror that has been unleashed upon the world because of you guys.
Right? Just
All you
because you
guys.
cared enough to donate.
That's right.
What's wrong
That'll
with you?
teach you. That'll
All right, so thank you all for being charitable assholes and getting that beard off, John, and showing up tonight and watching the spectacle unfold. We're going to get the hell out of here. We'll be back again on Monday night for a little bit of fill in the gap. Try and bring a little humor to the beginning of your week as much as we can. That's at 9:30 p.m. We'll also be back on Wednesday for our regular episode of Shooting the Shit, which is at 9:30 p.m. as well. And then, of course, we'll be back a week from now to see how the beard has manifested itself in a week's time. Hopefully it'll have, I don't know, maybe God will show some love and get that beard back out there very quickly. But that'll be at 8:30.
Inshallah.
Right, that'll be at 8:30 p.m. next week. All of those times are the Eastern time zone, the one and only true time zone. The rest of you are the posers. You know you are. We're going to get the hell out of here. Thanks for a wonderful night. Thanks for stopping by, Ed, and joining us, John. Sorry,
Hey,
brother.
for $2,000 for AFSP, I got to take a victory lap every chance I can.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Ed, hit him with that fancy, perfect saying that you always end a show for us with.
Well, never take the words of bloggers, podcasters, or journalists as gospel. Find all the facts and draw your own conclusions.
Amen, brother.
Okay.
Peace out, everyone.
See you guys.
The war will begin.